Budapest. On one side you have the hills of Buda, on the other the metropolis of Pest. And right in the middle is this beautiful river called the Danube. Grand is an understatement when it comes to basilicas all around the world, and this one was no less. All you can hear are these quiet little whispers echoing throughout the structure. I really love the way the light poured itself onto the statues and into the basilica, forcing you to ponder and leaving you in awe of its magnificence. But the real magic starts when you climb to the top of the dome through a winding staircase onto a small little ledge from where you get a bird's eye view of this beautiful city. So far, I had just been hanging around the Pest side of the city, which also features the second largest synagogue, the opera house, and the great market hall, which I will come to later. But as soon as you leave the narrow streets of Pest and cross through the iconic chain bridge towards the Buda side of the city, everything starts to look a bit different. I took a quick ride on this classic funicular which takes you right on top of Buda Hill or the Buda Castle district, from where you can see the entire Pest side of the city. There is a stark difference between both the sides, as I found the Buda side to be almost fairy tale like. I mean, just look at this piece of architecture. It's called the Fisherman's Bastion, and it almost felt like I was in a Cinderella story of some sort, and felt even more dreamy with the notes of the violin guy which just kept ringing in my head. Right opposite is this 700-year-old Roman Catholic church called the Matthias Church. At this point, I was just taken by what was in front of my eyes, to be honest. The sheer scale of the preserved history around the castle district is something you cannot escape. Budapest is a city where you pretty much walk everywhere because everything is like 15 minutes walk away from each other. But on some days, trams, buses, subways can come in really handy. Like the time I went to check out the most visited site of Budapest called Hero Square. Right next to the square is this beautiful park with a nice stream and a castle, a small little hillside, just along which I found this hidden open-air bar called Kertem. This place just had a super chilled atmosphere with families sitting around, some really nice music, and the whole vibe here just made me question my own lifestyle back in Bombay. Question being, am I even living? If you want a taste of culture in any country, the best thing to do is to go to a local festival. And lucky me, Oktoberfest was on. Now I know this ain't Germany, but hey, this is the closest I was gonna get to it. And being a beer lover myself, I wasn't gonna miss this for the world. Apart from liters of beers to choose from, there was also love brewing in the air. Different kinds of live performances, some local media, extreme and thrilling rides to puke from, a whole bunch of drunk people, a toilet situation which I don't really want to talk about. But what really intrigued me was the sheer amount of meat being consumed. I mean, I have never ever seen this much meat in Rupee called Lake Balaton. Having grown up in small little towns around India, I've always had a special place for them in my heart. I mean, all that crazy action back in Budapest just made me want to slow things down a little. And there I was, staying in a tiny little suburban house on a street with absolutely no traffic, sidewalks with hardly any pedestrians, beautiful town center with just a few places open, and a small little pier looking out into this ocean of a lake. But a short bus ride from here along the lake takes you to one of the most spectacular villages in Hungary, Tihany. I've always wondered what villages in Europe look like, and Tihany turned out to be exactly that. Life seemed peaceful around the Balaton, with tiny little walkways leading you through beautiful homes and their cute little roofs. The sound of bells filling the air from the only church in the entire village. Small little boutique ice cream stores and restaurants, and an amazing view as far as the eye can see. I mean, this village was something right out of a storybook. But when the sun decided to set, I just couldn't believe my eyes.